Speaker, I'm seconding a motion about a leader who I led on this side. I knew her aspirations. So I'm talking about somebody that I knew as well. So I ask that I be given room to talk about my colleague.
Yes, not the election. Talk about Stella.
Honorable Speaker, do you now probably want to speak on my behalf? I beg to be guided because I'm seconding the motion. And I am speaking about my colleague who I knew, whose heart I knew, whose aspirations I know. So except if somebody wants to speak on my behalf, I ask that I be given room to speak, as long as what I'm saying is not unparliamentary. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to second the motion to pay tribute to our departed colleague, the late Honorable Apollo Stella Isodo, former woman member of Parliament for Ngora District. On behalf of the opposition in Parliament and on my own behalf, I extend our deepest condolences to her husband, Mr. Isodo Samuel, her children, the people of Ngora, and the Forum for Democratic Change political party that she belonged to. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, the sudden death of Honorable Isodo at just about 51 years is tragic and deeply painful. It comes at a moment when Uganda has barely emerged from a highly contentious election marked by killings, abductions, torture, and widespread fear among citizens who dared to participate democratically. Honorable Isodo was no politician of convenience. As a committed opposition leader, agriculturalist, and member of the Committee on Agriculture, she consistently championed the issues of farmers, women, and youth, the backbone of our nation, whose voices are too often sidelined. Her leadership rested on integrity, courage, and genuine closeness to her people. Honorable Isodo was a gentle soul, but very firm on her stance about the kind of country she desired to see as a leader and as a citizen. She desired to see a truly democratic state, a Uganda where the rule of law is respected, where no one is above the law. Honorable Isodo desired a country where the voice of the people is respected through the ballot, where leaders don't seek to occupy office at all costs, regardless of the implications. Honorable Isodo did not get a chance to campaign because she was bedridden throughout the campaign season. But knowing her desire for a functional democracy, she would be pained by what transpired in the run-up to our elections. The brutality occasioned on candidates and their supporters, the denial of certain candidates room to freely campaign, the ill treatment of the media, the killings of people, the tear gas, and much more that tainted the image of our country. Honorable Isodo would even be more saddened by what transpired on 15th January as the country held its presidential and parliamentary elections. She would be bothered by the arrest of leaders and polling agents so that in their absence, presiding officers and polling assistants would critique ballot papers in favor of particular candidates.
Honorable Locke, with due respect, can we stick to the objective of the sitting? On Tuesday, we have a sitting, we can discuss that. Let's first talk about my sister Isodo, and then we shall come and pour out our hearts on the election in the next sitting. For now, let's talk about Stella.
Right Honorable Speaker, I'm seconding a motion about a leader who I led on this side. I knew her aspirations, so I'm talking about somebody that I knew as well. So I ask that I be given room to talk about my colleague.
Yes, not the election. Talk about Stella.
Honorable Speaker, do you now probably want to speak on my behalf? I beg to be guided because I'm seconding the motion. And I am speaking about my colleague who I knew, whose heart I knew, whose aspirations I know. So except if somebody wants to speak on my behalf, I ask that I be given room to speak, as long as what I'm saying is not unparliamentary. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Honourable Lob, and I'm saying this with respect. We are paying tribute to a fallen colleague. Let's talk about her legacy. On issues of politics, we will come back and talk about politics in this house.
Honourable Speaker, we are paying tribute to a politician. A politician who has been part of us. Everybody is going to have a chance to say what they would like to say about her. I am saying what I am saying about her through the lenses that I knew her. I don't know why I am being bad and why I'm being stopped from speaking about my colleague leader. This is the tribute that I'm paying to the honourable colleague who is lying here, who was a member of parliament on the opposition side that I lead, somebody that I knew, whose politics I knew, whose heart and aspirations I knew. Please allow me to pay tribute to my honourable colleague. Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker. Honourable Isodo, who is lying here today, who I am seconding a motion in paying tribute to her, would be aggrieved. She would be aggrieved by the fear that has replaced confidence in the ballot, to the extent that a presidential candidate, the Honourable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Roberts' house, is surrounded by the military, and the Chief of Defence Forces, Muhoozi Kainerugaba, says he's looking for him to kill him. Honourable Isodo knew that transparency is not a favour. It's a constitutional duty, a foundation of public trust. She therefore would be astounded at how the Electoral Commission kept reading results from a computer without making clear reference as to where and which districts these results are coming from, all of which was intended to keep the people of Uganda in the dark regarding the choices they made about their leaders. Honourable Speaker, in honour of Honourable Stella Isodo, who believed in peaceful democratic contest, this Parliament must demand that the Electoral Commission publish all polling station results on its official website. Without transparency, suspicion grows. Without accountability,
is that amendment we are making
participation feels futile.
Are we making that amendment on the prayers?
Yes, because this is my secondment, and it can be accepted or thrown out, but it is my tribute. So as I was saying, without transparency, suspicion grows. Without accountability, participation feels futile. When citizens believe their vote does not count, then leaders like the Honourable Stella Isodo, who is lying here, who gave themselves to striving for a better governance, did so in vain. Right Honourable Speaker, as I conclude, in honour of the Honourable Stella Isodo, this Parliament must demand accountability from government and the Electoral Commission regarding the just concluded electoral exercise which she participated in. Unfortunately, she is departed now. This Parliament passed billions of shillings for the election, but we have been served by a shambolic process that is not worth the money that the taxpayer spent on it. Billions were spent on purchasing biometric voter verification kits, which were fronted as the panacea to the vote rigging which we have. Honourable Speaker.
Switch on.
Honourable Speaker, billions were spent on purchasing biometric voter verification kits, which were fronted as the panacea to the vote rigging which we have all become accustomed to. These machines failed to function in what some of us think was a deliberate blow. How could taxpayer money to that magnitude be thrown down the drain? Did we purchase fake machines? Were the machines all right but were deliberately stopped from working by some schemers? All these are questions that ought to be responded to as we send off our honourable colleague. So I second this motion with the solemn hope that Parliament will honour her memory, not merely with words, but with action, by defending democracy and insisting on transparency and restoring dignity to political participation in our country, Uganda. I beg to submit.
Thank you. As somebody who loves agriculture, and Honorable Isodo, being a girl from the soil, the tribute will not come with a political statement. So the political statements in this tribute, just know, will be deleted, because I have to give it to the family. I have a responsibility as one of the girls from the region. Thank you.
For me, is a true definition of what I call humility is not stupidity. She was humble, but she was not stupid. She firmly stood for what she believed in a very humble and yet firm way. To her daughter, I must say, I never met you, but I got to know you, because your mother spoke very profoundly about you, and today I get to see you, get to meet you. All this time she would be talking about you, and that's how much she loved you. And as somebody who values family, I want to thank you, Mr. Isodo, so much. I know that when Stella was sick, you were in the field campaigning for her. Thank you so, so much. And this is what family brings in politics, and I encourage our friends here, irrespective of what we go through, never ever leave your family. It is always your backup plan, and your family should always be your priority. Thank you so much, Mr. Isodo, and the children. I know you sacrificed so much to see her here. Please celebrate her. And finally, Madam Speaker, I was one of those who was approached by the late to sign up for the parliamentary cooperative, I think, forum on cooperatives. And this is how much she loved agriculture. I want to challenge this government through the efforts of Honorable Isodo to ensure that cooperatives thrive in this country. And those of us who have remained and have come back to the 12th Parliament and you are part of this forum, please, let's ensure that the dream of the Honorable Isodo does not fade off, and it continues. I continue to pray for the family. May her soul rest in perfect peace. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Clark, the first.
As members of this House, we feel happy with how you always step in when a member gets a tragedy. Thank you so much, and please keep that up. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to congratulate everybody who made it, and even those who participated but did not make it. I still congratulate them. Politics is quite very stressing, Right Honorable Speaker. My sister has been sick, but I also want to say that probably the stress of politics really accelerated the condition that she had. My appeal is that when we go to lay our sister to rest in peace, let's not politicize the entire ceremony. I am quite disappointed when I see the leader of opposition begin to sneak in some of the issues and decides to have that opportunity. And this is what happens, what will happen on the burial.
Honorable, I'd already made an order on that, so there is no need of talking about leader of opposition. So it is not necessary. So let's just discuss about the leader of opposition. That one was resolved. So just withdraw the issue of leader of opposition.
I do withdraw, Right Honorable Speaker. I would like to also add this, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, let's be calm. We're in a mourning moment. We are sending off a friend. a sister, a person who has been sitting there